Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on February 5th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, man, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com and click that premium picks tab. If you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, man, click that link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man. That's where you can find my duration-based packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, all my bets for today's action, including my $15 NBA Jam session play, all that great stuff over there at Pick Dawgz Premium, man. We've started to heat back up on that Jam session play, man. We've hit 10 of our last 16, including a winner last night with the Denver Chicken Nuggets, man. Love to see that. We know they go stupid, dummy, crazy on their home floor, man. It was a great spot to take them, the Hawks. Bad spot for them on the road. So, yeah, we took the Denver Nuggets, man. Great spot. Got a win in that one. Want to keep that momentum rolling forward into tonight, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. That's where I typically update y'all on late injury news. Let y'all know if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. I also tweet out free plays. We dropped our free play yesterday with the Washington Wizards. Oh, that was a tough one. We dropped that one yesterday, man, and I tweet out free parlays occasionally, stuff like that as well. So follow me over on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ, man. Yeah, man, let's make some money tonight. We got a 6-game card, not a whole lot of action, but we got some quality in here tonight, man. So without further ado, let's make some money tonight, and let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Orlando Magic out on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte laying 1.5 as home favorites, total 236. Hey, man, we've seen these two teams face off twice already this season. The Magic won the first one 113-93 on the 28th of October. That game was in Orlando. And the Hornets won the second matchup 112-105 on the 14th of November. That game was also in Orlando. I don't like the spot for the Magic, man. I know we make money on the Magic. A lot of that is at home. I don't really like the spot for them in this one. This is going to be their 5th road game in their last 6 games. Just doesn't seem like a great place to be on the Magic. They've only won 2 of their last 5. 2 solid wins, though, out on the road against Minnesota and the Philadelphia 76ers. Were 2 good wins. They lost to Philly out there as well. They lost at home to Chicago, and they lost out on the road to the Miami Heat. We go look at Charlotte, man. Charlotte has lost 3 straight all out on the road. They lost their last one to the Detroit Pistons. We had the Pistons in that one. I think that was our bet of the day. Matter of fact, that day. They lost out on the road to the Chicago Bulls and out on the road to the Milwaukee Bucks. Their last 2 home games, though, they did get a win against the Miami Heat, 122-117, and against the Chicago Bulls, 111-96. I know Charlotte is the worst home cover team in all of the NBA. They've surpassed the Miami Heat for that. Miami is the second worst. But I'm going to give them a shot here tonight, honestly. I'd like the spot better for the Hornets more than I do for the Magic. I just don't like the spot for the Magic. 5th game in their last 6 games. 5th road game in their last 6 games. Just doesn't seem like a great place to be trying to take the Orlando Magic to get a win. We've seen Charlotte get a win in their last 2 home games. I think they can get another one here tonight. As I said at the top of this one, though, it's a 50-50 type game. I can really see this one going either way. But I do lean Hornets on the money line here in our first matchup of the night. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers laying 4.5 out on the road on the Indiana Pacers. Total 226 in this one. I don't know if y'all heard, man, but this Indiana Pacers team, man, they're back. And I think this is a great spot where we go ahead and take them, plus the 4.5. And quite honestly, I could not talk any of y'all off of taking them on the money line here in this matchup. I know Cleveland is one of our favorite money-making teams, as we love to bet them on their home floor, as they are the best home cover team in all of the NBA. 18-9-1 against the spread out on their home floor are the Cleveland Cavaliers, covering in 66.7% of their home games. But they're night and day, man. Really dominant at home, terrible out on the road. 9-15-2 against the spread out on the road, man. They're a bottom 5 road cover team in all of the NBA, man. And now they're coming into Indiana, man, with the team that's got their confidence back. They got their main player back, starting to play some really good basketball, man. And quite honestly, I think the Pacers mess around and win this game outright, man. Believe it or not, I know we just said Cleveland, the best home cover team in all of the NBA. We love betting Cleveland at home. Well, I don't know if y'all know this. Even still through that really tough stretch without their best player in Tyrese Halliburton, the Indiana Pacers are still the second best cover team on their home floor in all of the NBA. Cleveland 1, Indiana 2, Denver 3, Milwaukee 4, Oklahoma City 5. I think those are a lot of our teams that we like to bet, man. Indiana, second best home cover team in the NBA, man. I think that flies under a lot of people's radar. They got a win in their last one against the Sacramento Kings. They look good the game before that as well. I like what I've seen from them in their last few games. And like I said, they got their engine back in Tyrese Halliburton, their best player. And I think we forget an all-star. He's an all-star this season. I've been telling y'all all season he deserved to be an all-star. Before he got hurt, he was going crazy, man. I don't know if y'all really realize there's a reason he's an all-star. Reason why guys like James Harden didn't make the all-star game because of guys like Tyrese Halliburton. Think about that. That's how good this guy's been playing. Before he got hurt, I think he was leading the league in like assists. He was scoring like 25 a game. He had this Indiana Pacers team, a top 4 or 5 team in the East. They were playing really good basketball. They've kind of returned to the median here a little bit. But tonight, I think they get themselves a home win. We do not really trust this Cleveland team out on the road. Indiana, man, they're starting to build some momentum. They got their main guy back. I think they mess around and win this one at home. So, me personally, I'm going to take them plus the 4.5. And quite honestly, I'm going to sprinkle some on the money line as well. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis home favorites in this one, laying 4.5, total 231.5. Simple for me, man. I'm taking the Grizzlies. I'll lay the 4.5. If you don't want to lay the 4.5, take them on the money line as they do win this game. Terrible spot for the Toronto Raptors, man. 7th straight road game for them. They did get a win in their last one against the Houston Rockets, but they don't get a win here, man. This is just a terrible spot for them. In my mind. So I'm taking the Grizzlies. It's fairly simple for me. Grizzlies play their best basketball at home. They've kind of been struggling here recently. A lot of that was out on the road. They still a really dominant team at home. 15-9-1 against the spread. Out on their home floor are the Memphis Grizzlies. And they're dominant straight up too, as they're 21-4 on their home floor this season. So let's not overcomplicate this one. Take the Grizzlies, lay the 4.5. If you don't want to lay the 4.5, take them on the money line. Throw that in a few of your money line parlays. Should go through. Terrible spot for the Raptors. 7th straight road game. We know the Raptors don't play good basketball out on the road. They did get a win in their last one against the Houston Rockets. Won by 6. Typical Raptors. Did not cover. Told you I would not lay that many points with the Raptors out on the road. Here in this one, the Grizzlies, this should be a perfect bounce back and get right opportunity for them on their home floor where they played their best basketball. The Grizzlies were out on the road a lot in the month of January to close it out and kind of to start out the month of February. Back at home where we know they're dominant, this should be a spot where they take it to the Raptors, man. So I'm on the Grizzlies, on the money line, and the 4.5. Think they go crazy tonight, so lay the points here with them in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Philadelphia 76ers out on the road facing the New York Knicks. Philly road favorites in this one, laying 4.5, total 225.5. I mean, I lean Sixers in this one. I don't see how we don't. But personally, I could see this game being kind of janky, so I don't want to bet this one. I'm probably not going to bet this one. But the lean is definitely the Sixers laying the 4.5. The Sixers are just in that mode. They arguably are playing the best basketball right now in the NBA, as the Celtics have kind of been up and down here recently. The Sixers playing really good basketball right now. We know we faded the Knicks at home all season. They play their best basketball outside of Madison Square Garden. They actually have a losing record in Madison Square Garden this season at 13-15. I don't know, man. For some reason, they just like to hoop on the road, not in the Garden, man. And would I trust them to win this one? I do not, especially not on a back-to-back, an overtime game in that back-to-back as well. They got beat yesterday by the Clippers. I knew I should have took the Clippers in that one. I still had that personal vendetta against them after that loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. But, yeah, the Clippers did go in there and get that one done in overtime. The score in that one was 134-128. 4th straight road game for the Knicks here in this one on a back-to-back. I don't like the spot, man. We've seen these two teams face off twice already this season. The Knicks did win the first one, 106-104, on the 4th of November in Philadelphia. And the Sixers won the second one, 119-112 on Christmas Day in Madison Square Garden. The Sixers playing a much better basketball right now. They've won 4 of their last 5. I know they're on the road where they're not the same juggernaut, but they've been playing really good basketball right now. It's hard to fade them, especially for the New York Knicks, who rarely win at home, man. They have a losing home record. I lean Sixers here in this one. If you don't want to lay the 4.5, I do think the Sixers win this game outright. Possibly pair this one up with that Memphis Grizzlies. Both of those on the money line. I think both of those teams get wins here. So, maybe do that. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota laying 2.5 here in this one, total 235. We got the Denver Nuggets on a back-to-back, man. They did play last night. They were our bet of the day last night, our $15 NBA Jam session play. What a cash for that one, man. We're on a heater. We're low-key on another heater, man. We've hit 10 of our last 16, I want to say, on that play, man. We're trying to get hot again, keep the momentum rolling forward. And it was the Nuggets last night. But here tonight, honestly, I know this is the house of disappointment. They let us down again in their last matchup, bruh. Whenever we need them, they never show up, bruh, the Timberwolves. But quite honestly, man, it's too good of a spot to pass up here in this one. I am going to take the house of disappointment in the Minnesota Timberwolves. Man, I do think they get this one done. We've seen these two teams match up twice already this season. Minnesota won the first one. It wasn't that long ago either. It was on the 2nd of January. Minnesota won that one 124-111. And the Denver Nuggets won the second matchup 122-118 on the 18th of January in Denver. So we've seen the Minnesota Timberwolves play this team really tough all season long. There's a reason Minnesota's favored in this one. I don't like the spot for the Denver Nuggets, man. I really don't. They just played 3 straight home games. We know what they did. They were dominant there. Their last 2 road games, though, they did lose to the 76ers and Milwaukee. Those are not bad losses. Those two teams go crazy, stupid dummy crazy at home. And Denver's not the best road team. They're not the same juggernaut on the road as they are at home. We know at home they go stupid dummy crazy as well. But they're on the road against Minnesota, who actually has been playing pretty good basketball at home this season. Minnesota straight up at home, 19-12. I think they could win this one outright, man. I really do. I would not be surprised at all if Denver sat some guys. I'm kind of anticipating that they sit some guys. I'm not sure who they would sit at this current moment. But, we've seen these spots all season long. Some guys could be sitting for the Nuggets. And I think Minnesota somehow, some way pulls this one out. I know they're the house of disappointment, but got a gut feeling that they win this game. They like to show up against the Denver Nuggets, and I think they show up here tonight. So for me, here in this one, fading the Nuggets on the road, taking the T-Wolves, the house of disappointment. I'll lay the 2.5 here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Sacramento Kings out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Sacramento laying 1, total 228. We got the Pelicans on a back-to-back, man, after getting the dub last night against the Los Angeles Lakers. I told y'all that was a spot, man. Just trust me. Just believe in me, man. Let's go contrarian. Let's fade everybody, their uncle, their auntie, and their mama, and let's take the New Orleans Pelicans. They're going to snap that 10-game losing streak that they're on. They were just a more desperate team, wanted a little more, and we seen that. I forgot the Brandon Ingram revenge angle. I forgot about that. And that came and played dividends as he wanted to put it to the Lakers last night. And he did just that, man. His former team that drafted him, put it to him in that one. They're on a back-to-back. They're at home in this one. They got the Kings coming in here. The Kings, y'all know I love betting the Kings, man. I've been fading them here recently, quite honestly. And to be honest, I'm fading them again here tonight, man. Give me the Pelicans on the money line again. They got the bad voodoo off of their shoulders yesterday, man. It's finally relieved. All the losing is over. Let's not confuse ourselves. This Pelicans team is a better team than the Sacramento Kings team, just straight up. Let's not confuse ourselves. This New Orleans Pelicans team might be the deepest team in the West. Let's not confuse ourselves. I know they just lost 10 straight basketball games. I know, bro. I know. I was on them in quite a few of those games. But I'm still high on this Pelicans team, man. I really am. I think that when it's all said and done, man, this Pelicans team could mess around and make the Western Conference Finals and give whoever they meet there a 7-game series. That's how high I am on this New Orleans Pelicans team when they're fully healthy. They're still without Zion in this one. I know that. But the way Brandon Ingram played last night, if he played tonight, man, I think that momentum carries over. And I think C.J. McCollum had some pretty big shots in that game as well. Trey Murphy as well. I just like the way that they came together and played last night and got off the snide. And I think that momentum carries over into tonight, and they get them another win on their home floor where they've played their best basketball this season. New Orleans, 18-9 straight up on their home floor this season, man. They play good basketball at home, and I think they get themselves another win. I'm not going to overcomplicate this one. I know Sacramento's one of our favorite money-making teams, and they're fairly decent out on the road as well. This is going to be the first matchup we've seen these two teams face each other. But I just don't like the spot for the Kings either, man. It's going to be their 5th straight road game. They just played Indiana on the road, San Antonio on the road, Minnesota, and back-to-back road games. I think the Pelicans get themselves back-to-back home wins, man. I know they're on a back-to-back, so, hence why the line kind of is where it's at, but I think the Pelicans win this game straight up on the money line. I like what I seen from them last night. Think that momentum carries over. In our last and final matchup of the night, I'm taking the Pelicans on the money line. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on February 5th. 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop your like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found at Pickdawgz Premium. Click that Premium Picks tab, including my $15 NBA Jam Session play, man. We had a winner on it last night with the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Love to see that, man. We're starting to heat back up. We've hit 10 of our last 16 on that play, man. We go for 11 of 17 tonight. I love tonight's play as well, so scoop that up, $15. Yeah, man. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. That's where I typically update y'all on late injury news. Let y'all know if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. We got a small card today, 6 games, but we're going to try to smash it per usual. Close out this weekend. It's been a nice one. We're going to try to close it out on a high note, man. So thank y'all for watching again. Been your guy, Jay Briggs. Let's make some money tonight. I'll talk to y'all on Twitter. Talk to y'all in the comments, man, and I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm out. Peace.